Hi, my name is Clarence Allen with Good Dot Digital, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about snap hacking. You're probably all like, what's snap hacking? What could that possibly be? All right, so I'm pretty sure that I coined the phrase. However, snap hacking to me is when you set up your geofilter in another location to capitalize on an event that may be full of a marketplace with people that would be interested in your product or service, and or an event that is near your location that you would like to capitalize on because it has a lot of people in it that aren't at your venue yet, but they're nearby. So essentially, for instance, I'm going to be walking you through a snap hack that I'm going to be doing for my own company here in Rochester. That's where I'm based mostly, but I do service branding and other internet marketing services everywhere. So, um, but let's get started. Here we go. So let's dive over to Photoshop. So this is a Snapchat filter that I created. And when I create Snapchat filters, I try to make sure that they look good on both a dark background and a light background. So when I design it, I'll make sure that I have two layers, which you probably can't see here because my face is covering it, but I will show you that I clicked it off, and this is what it would look like if the image was mostly white, and this is what it would look like if the image was mostly black. Now, with that being said, chances are it's not going to be fully white or fully black. It's going to be something in the middle. If it's darker out, obviously you're going to have more black, so I just use this as a reference. And if it's sunny out, you're going to have a lot more white, but you're also going to have a lot of other colors. So this is something that it may look like if it's sunny. So I use this as a reference as well. Also, this helps me when I'm designing, know where to put my face in the image and what kind of things I can work with. I created a cool little grunge text or grunginess on the side, and it says Jazz Fest Rochester, Rochester Jazz Fest. So what is Rochester Jazz Fest? It's a really cool event that goes on for about a week, and a lot of professional people go there. People actually travel to Rochester for it quite frequently, and a ton of people go to it that would potentially be part of my market. A ton of business owners and a ton of other people that do professional services. So obviously I do internet marketing, graphic design, branding, and social media management. So that kind of fits perfectly for me. So I'm going to snap hack the Jazz Fest, but I'm also creating something very cool for the Jazz Fest, which I'm not sure if they're going to have or not. So I created them this cool Snapchat filter. I'm going to be paying for it. So you're welcome, Jazz Fest. And I hope that all of you enjoy using this dope Snapchat filter that I'm going to be creating, or that I have created. And I also put my logo and just the services that I offer down at the bottom, giving myself, a touch of credit, which I think should be deserved. So from there, give me one moment and we shall switch over to the Jazz Fest map. All right, so I cross-referenced this map with Google with my Snapchat. So first I'm going to go through and I'm going to explain this map to you and show you why it has value. So essentially, um, these are the locations where a lot of the shows will be being played. Obviously A is over here, D is here in this tent, F is at the Kodak Hall at Eastman Theater, so that's about here. G is Claiborne Hall, you get it. So essentially, uh, one moment. So essentially, these locations are pretty much right around Gibbs Street. So as you're looking at it here, you can kind of figure these things out. And also, a lot of the bars and restaurants in this location get very busy as well. The whole week right around this area has a ton of people in and out. So that's why I went to Google to make sure that I was getting the exact businesses and places that I wanted. Java's will be swamped the whole time. Shout out to Java's. Temple Bar and Grill will probably be extremely busy that whole time. Shout out to Temple Bar and Grill. Salinger's will also be busy. So I put those in there. And I referenced Max's Rochester and this little tent guy over here. As you can see, if I zoom out, I will now switch over to my filter. So as we're setting up our Snapchat filter, you definitely need a transparent PNG. Like I said, make sure it looks good on both black and white backgrounds. And then you choose your dates. The dates of Jazz Fest are the 24th to the 2nd, but I have the 3rd because that goes to 12 a.m. Because Saturday it's going to be a little bit busier. Actually, let's do till 1 a.m. You know, some people might still be out at 1 a.m. Bars close at 2 here in Rochester. So let's just extend it 1 extra hour. I extended an extra hour and my price stayed the same. I wonder if I can get away with extending for 2 hours and having my price stay the same. Yeah, cool. All right, so I got 2 extra hours of snappage for $0. Let's see if I can even get a little bit more time in here. So let's go to 4 p.m. Also, I recommend, okay, so they're starting to charge me more now. So let's go to 5. See if we can do that. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to be spending $240 to put my Snapchat filter for the Jazz Fest. Yeah, in the Jazz Fest. So they have a really cool filter that all their people can use, but I'm crediting myself. So I think that it's a win-win for everybody, and this is Snap Hacking. So I'll let you know my reach on this after it's all said and done and it's been used, because Snapchat does give you some analytics in terms of how many people have seen it. And excuse me. So check out. You have to put your order details in there. It's obviously a Jazz Fest ad, and your business and my card number. So after I put my card number in, you just put submit, and then they will send it for approval. It usually takes about 12 to 24 hours, and then they will send you your approval. Now, something that you might want to consider checking out is the submission guidelines, graphics. You can't have any URLs in there, no phone numbers, no emails, which is a bummer because when I first designed this, it had all of those in there, and then I double checked, and apparently that is a no-go. So I got rid of them because I don't want to be going through all this work to set up the filter and have them not approve it. No drug-related content, no photographs of people. Don't use logos or trademarks you don't have authorization to. So I should not be using the actual Jazz Fest logo because I don't have authorization to it. But I'm not going to say I like mine better, but I do like mine. It's pretty cool, which is also cool because it's going to be different than something that a lot of other people may have. Submission tips, I had to compress my file like 100 times. So yeah. I'll even show you that I had to compress it a ton of times. Go over here and yeah. See, look, I compressed it over and over again. And this is already me compressing it on a different website. It was a whole megabyte. And then I got it down and down and down and down. So we managed to get it to work. So if you ever have any problems with that with your artwork, be sure to compress it, compress it, compress it, compress it. And I think that is pretty much it for Snap Hacking. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through and I'm going to post this onto the Snapchat GeoFilter interweb, coming uh, June 24th for the Jazz Fest of Rochester. So, yeah, cool. I'm glad that you guys all know how to SnapHack now, and I hope that you learned some really cool tips and tricks for setting up your Snapchat filters in the future. So that is snap hacking. I'm Alan Clarence with Good Digital. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check me out on Facebook. Go to my website. I have some cool stuff there. And I'm sure that there's lots of social media handles that I could also be shouting out right now that I'm not gonna, because you already know I'm on there. So go ahead and find me on whatever social media handle you want to, because I'm there. So, all right. Bon voyage, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Snap Hacking 101. Deuces.